So getting video games, we're going to start off with EA. Their reign of terror ends. No, I'm joking. They made some good games, but
every Star Wars game they made was great. It's
they made good games. It's not that they were bad. It's that I wanted more. I said that before in our Star Wars episode. They no longer have an exclusive deal with Star Wars, but they still will be making Star Wars games.
That's partially true. Their exclusivity deal ends in 2023.
Yeah, it ends, but because of that, they already have studios working on new games because those games will be out by the time the deal ends. So, two games. Oh, they also bring back Lucasfilm games.
Yes,
which is dope. They'll be basically running the games division of all of Lucasfilm's what are they called, properties, like the Indiana Jones games made by Machine Gun Games, who was famous for the Wolfenstein games, which is, I doubt it'll be Xbox exclusive because
that was one of the funniest things because I follow a lot of I follow one I don't remember what the page is called, but it's like it's basically like a PlayStation just like clowning on Xbox, and like obviously like I have fun with Xbox too, but it's just like it's fun to see like people clowning each other no matter what it is. And it was like what was it? It was talking about the Xbox. It was talking about Indiana Jones being an Xbox exclusive, and people are like, "Oh, y'all are just mad because we get Indiana Jones, we got Uncharted." And people are like, "Are you joking right now? Uncharted is literally the best treasure hunting game of all time. Like Indiana Jones is gonna be lucky to touch it." Like,
yeah, not only do we get Uncharted, but we both Xbox and PlayStation gets Tomb Raider. So like we got our fill of Indiana Jones.
More than had our fill. Like if you guys get in Indiana Jones, then like good, like take it because come on now, like that doesn't make any sense. But
I mean we both like those treasure hunting type games. So I'm interested to see what they'll do. You know, a lot of people are assuming like it could be first person, which would be stupid because it's Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I don't understand why they would make an Indiana Jones game in first person.
Because like this wouldn't be the first time that a studio that's known for making a first person game makes a third person game. I mean, Respawn made Fallen Order when they made Titanfall and Apex Legends before that. So I'm pretty
not just that, but almost every single Bethesda game has a third person option to it. I don't think it'll be first person at all, but it could be an option to be first person or third person. That would be cool. But I think it probably will just be third person because to have a game like this be and exclusively first person would be weird. Makes no sense.
But also Ubisoft, specifically Massive Entertainment, who has made The Division and The Division 2, are making a Star Wars game. And I know when we talked about it, you said that you wouldn't want Ubisoft to make a game. But I said I would because, you know, Ubisoft making a game doesn't keep anyone else from making a game. So I'm interested to see what they would do. So
it's always more Star Wars content, and that's one thing. I will always take more Star Wars content, no matter what it is. I love Star Wars.
Even if some of it's bad, some of it's bound to be good.
Yeah, no, it's like even if the Star Wars content is bad, I will still take it because I love Star Wars. However, Ubisoft is very, very hit or miss with their games, like incredibly hit or miss with their games.
I don't think they're hit or miss. I think they're mediocre or good. I think they make more mediocre games than they do really good games, but they don't really miss too often.
No, I gotta disagree.
You know what?
I would say
I think I would classify mediocre as a miss. Actually, I think I would classify.
I wouldn't even say really mediocre. Like the only mediocre Ubisoft game I can think of off the top of my head, probably Watch Dogs 1, but like Watch Dogs 3. That was a pretty big miss, in my opinion. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was a pretty big miss, in my opinion.
Odyssey was a roaring success for them and like most people.
For them, but critically, it was not well praised at all. It was a fun game. Story-wise, it was not great. And even most of the fun comes from like the goobiness of it, like literally like Spartan kicking people like 30 feet off a cliff. That is fun. That should not be.
It has a
It shouldn't be a thing.
It has an 83 Metacritic score and a 6.4 user score.
Yeah, that's not insanely great. That's not. It's not horrible, but it's not. That's pretty average. Like that's not anything like good.
I'm gonna do some math real quick. and make
Okay.
definitive answer. So 84.
But yeah, no, that's not. Yeah, no, they've missed a lot.
Would be their average score.
That's not great as far as the game goes, though. Like if you look at like other games that like
that's
what
mediocre,
I count that as a miss. I count that as a miss.
I think that mediocre. I would classify mediocre as being a miss because if it's not good, then it's kind of a miss.
And so yeah, no, Ubisoft does miss. Like they definitely Assassin's Creed Unity. That game still gets conned on, and a bit of it is unfair that it's getting conned on, but like that game still gets conned on. Like that game's failure was legendary, like in the gaming community. Like, so yeah, and I haven't played the Division games, but I've heard not so great things about the Division 2. So like, I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm
cautiously optimistic for it.
Yeah, because we always see studios that make a certain type of game, they can make something completely different and it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see if they do something different. And, you know, it's going to be, I forgot to mention, it's going to be open world Star Wars, which that's how I would like to consume Star Wars. Well, also, you know, I want a hack and slash. It's no secret. I want a hack and slash Star Wars games really bad. I'm actually going to talk about some hack and slashes in a minute. But before that,
one thing I want to say is I want to ask you what era you want this game to be in, because I have technically three specific eras that I want it to be in, but I have one that like shines above the rest. So I want to ask you what you want it to be.
For me, I mean, honestly, with this game, I don't know what to assume. But you know, you ask me what I want, but what I would want, you know.
Yeah, I'm asking what you want because I don't even know what
I would want either Old Republic or High Republic.
Okay. High Republic is my number one most wanted era for this.
Number one for me is definitely Old Republic. You know this. I like.
Yeah, no, I know this. I still much prefer like High Republic. I'm not saying I prefer High Republic to Old Republic. I may actually, because a lot of Old Republic content wasn't great. There was a lot of good content in it, but a lot of Old Republic content wasn't great. So far, everything for High Republic that's come out so far has been astounding. And that's exactly so I just want more content in the High Republic, like as much content as I can get. And the game would be perfect.
Yeah, I think
like that would be perfect.
Yeah, I think that High Republic would be great because it would be, you know, a good stepping stone for gamers who like Star Wars content to get into that new era that they're beginning to start. Yeah, that's yeah. You have anything else?
Other than that, I would want it to take place in the. I don't know that I want it to take place in the Clone Wars, although I am. I have heard like some like Clone Wars concepts for an open world game that I'd be excited for. But I would want it to either take place during the Star Wars Rebels era and like in between episodes 3 and 4, or during the original trilogy. The original trilogy is still my favorite era, or like the in between 3 and 4, and then the original trilogy. That's like my favorite era of Star Wars still, and nothing's going to dethrone that. So like I still want.
I wanted to mention this actually. I should have mentioned this in the Star Wars episode, but surprisingly enough, they still haven't made a Stormtrooper centric show or movie, and it's like. It feels like a missed opportunity. Like imagine a show that like takes place. That the main characters are like a squad of Death Troopers, and you actually see Stormtroopers being the supposedly actually badass characters that they're meant to be, especially Death Troopers who are far above regular Stormtroopers. I would love a show about Death Troopers. I think that would be cool. And
that'd definitely be interesting. I'd watch that.
I think that that's a missed opportunity that they haven't had shows or movies, specifically, you know, visual content, film content that focuses on those characters. Yeah, I think that would be cool.